Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews, and today we are back with another brand new Dino Dream release. As you can see, the Tyrannosaurus Rex has finally released. This is a 1/30th scale REXY figure, and I'm so hyped about this because I've been such a huge fan of Dino Dream for so long, and I was always so blown away by their older female Rex that they had out that was of a much smaller scale. I don't remember exactly what scale it was, but it was really quite small. So I've been dying for years to see Dino Dream create a more reasonably scaled female Rex, and we now finally have that here with the 1/30th scale Jurassic World Dominion Tyrannosaurus Rex, and I'm definitely hyped to get a good look at this one. You can see the box art also looks really quite nice, as we have a really cool shot here of the model right on the front. If we take a look at the side, Tyrannosaurus Rex. Up here on the top, you've got a little Dominion logo, and then Tyrannosaurus Rex on the other side, and then on the back, basically, a whole bunch of images of the model right here, and then again, Dino Dream Tyrannosaurus Rex. So let's pop this box open and check it out. So, of course, first of all, we have the base, and it is pretty much the traditional base at this point of the Dino Dream, you know, larger dinosaurs like the Giganotosaurus and the Therizinosaurus and stuff. So we have that nice kind of clear, high-quality base for it, but we can actually move this over here for right now, because we also, of course, have our Tyrannosaurus Rex, and that has got to be one of, if not the single best sculpted Tyrannosaurus to create the Jurassic Park Tyrannosaurus that is on the market. Like, that's definitely one of the best REXY sculpts I have ever seen. It is fantastic when it comes to the sculpt. The paint apps are also pretty nice, and one thing that's pretty cool about this one is, and it's something that we've seen the entire way through, honestly, with these Dino Dream, larger dinosaurs like the Giga, the Therizinosaurus, and now the T-Rex, is they can stand entirely on their own. They don't necessarily need the base, but of course the base is handy to make sure it doesn't fall over or anything like that. So, it's really up to your preference as far as how you want to display it, if you want to put it on the base or not. But if we start up here in the head sculpt of the T-Rex, you can see again that is such an impressive head sculpt and an impressive visual of REXY with the mouth wide open, letting out a vocalization of some kind or about to come in for an attack. We can see the nostrils sculpted out. We have some very fine scales as well as some larger, almost osteoderm style scales popping up here and there. Quite a bit of variation of color with different shades of lighter and darker shades of browns. We do have that striping effect basically leading down from the upper side of the snout down into the palate. We have a nicely painted eye with a yellow and a black pupil, and it does look like there's a little bit of detail within the eye, so maybe that's a decal applied. I'm not too sure, but we can see a nice gloss coat on the eye as well. We do have the injuries here on the face. You can see them slicing over the top of the snout, and there's another one right here. They are painted out with a pinkish tone, and again, some very nice application of the paint with different variations of color applied with an airbrush. You can see it's really smooth. There's also a nice dark wash present on the figure, which helps to add a nice dose of realism, I think. And then you can see another injury down here on the lower jaw, as well as again some more variation of color. Now this is meant to replicate REXY from Jurassic World Dominion, so her colors are a little bit darker, it seems, kind of a little bit different compared to the way she looks in, a lot of the older movies like Jurassic Park and even Jurassic World, where she just kind of, her colors change slightly as she gets older, it seems. But we do have the mouth sculpted in an open position. We can see, again, the skin looks super impressive here, stretching on the side of the mouth. We have a nice pinkish tone with actually a little variation of color, maybe even a wash applied to it. And the detail on the inside of the mouth is fantastic. Look at how good that looks. We've got the throat way back there, which we can see. Nice gloss coat added there on the inside of the mouth. We as well, of course, have the tongue. Focus camera, there we go. We can see the tongue, as well as, again, some of the washes and stuff that have been added. Variation of color even on the tongue. The entire inside of the mouth looks awesome. We can also see the teeth sculpted out, and they have a nice paint application to them as well. Kind of looks like an off-white, and then maybe a little bit of a wash that's been added to them to kind of give them sort of a dirty look. So I really like that. You can see each and every tooth sculpted individually and also painted, it seems, individually. Really nice, precise paintwork through the course of the teeth of this Rex, which looks really good. As we move back here into the neck, we start to see some more injuries, some more scars and stuff here. Again, painted actually with a mixture of purples and pinks, so I can see definitely both tones of color right there. We have a nice, again, action pose sort of for our Tyrannosaurus as we have the head turned to the right, and we can see all the sort of wrinkles and creases in the skin here kind of showing off that turn to the neck of the T-Rex. We do also pick up the striping effect moving along the back, which again is exactly what you would see on REXY. We can definitely pick up a few different variations of browns as we move down through the body as well. Leading into the shoulder area, we can see the shoulder protruding through the skin there. We can see some more injuries up here on the back as well, and then moving down into the side of the stomach also. Really crisp scale detail. There we go. I was about to say focus camera. The scale detail looks great, and the dark wash they've applied really climbs in and out of the scales perfectly on this model. Moving down into the arms, you can see the arms look really good as far as the sculpting goes, as far as the fine detail. Again, some more vibrant scales leading down. As we lead down into the arm further, it becomes a lot more fine as far as the skin texture goes. We've got the fingers sculpted out there, the nails painted with a dark grayish tone, and obviously this arm is held a little bit closer to the body compared to the arm we see on the opposing side. We also have the rib cage shining right here as we move up, and the way that the paint has been applied helps to highlight the rib cage shining right there. We have the leg kind of extending back as the T-Rex is taking a step forward. We've got the hip bone up here, and you do have those sort of like larger scoot-like scales moving over the hip right here, which again is exactly what you would see on a Jurassic Park, or in this case Jurassic World Dominion style T-Rex. We continue to have the striping effect moving here along the back of the body, leading down into the thigh. We have the muscle definition really shining in this area, definitely showing REXY off as being quite muscular overall. We have quite a bit of variation of color leading down as well. You can just see all sorts of different shades of browns and stuff, and even lighter tones that have been added to her. Moving down even further, we do have the knee right there, as well as a nice big bulging calf muscle. The dark wash still making sure to creep in and out of each and every crack and crevice of the skin of this T-Rex quite nicely. Leading down into the foot sculpt, you've got the scoots moving down the toes, which look really good. Again, very nice wash added to this area as well, even lighter tones moving out into the toes. And then we again have the nails sculpted and painted nicely with that dark grayish tone. And as you can see looking over at the other side, we do have the dew claw present. And then we move back up into the tail, and again, all sorts of really impressive skin texture, all sorts of wrinkles and stuff as we lead out here into the tail of the T-Rex, more of the striping moving along the back of the dinosaur. And then as we lead out, we have, again, quite a bit of creasing because the tail is kind of curving toward us a little bit, and then it curves down and then back up out there for the tip. And again, tons of variation of color, honestly. There's actually so many different slight additions of paintwork to this. It's actually quite impressive when it comes to how much they've applied. We have the underside here painted with a lighter tone, and then of course the dark wash present here helping to highlight all of the scale detail. We have the very specific style of scales to the underside of the T-Rex, which again is exactly what you want to see for a Jurassic Park T-Rex. Very important area in my opinion. But you can see again quite a bit of variation of color added to this side as well. The really nicely painted eyes, and again the different variation of color to the lower jaw, the nice dark wash applied, really helping to highlight the detail. As we lead down, you've got the neck kind of stretching and really tensing. You can really see it tensing right there because of the strong turn to the neck of the T-Rex. So that's a really nice, very small touch right there. More injuries and scars and stuff throughout. You see more up here on the back of the T-Rex. Another one back here, some more back here on the leg, more leading down here into the shoulder. So obviously, this is definitely the Dominion version of REXY, just based on the fact that you can see she's really kind of scarred up and beat up from all the years of, you know, abuse fighting other dinosaurs and everything that she's received. She's taken on quite a few in her day. But you also have the arm sculpted again a little bit further forward compared to what we see on the opposing side. The leg is also taking a pretty far step forward on this side compared to what we saw on the opposing side. We can really see the rib cage again highlighted when it comes to the paint apps over there. Really smooth transitions when it comes to the colors on this one. We can also see the leg stretching forward, kind of taking that step, stretching the skin off of the tail, the muscle definition of the the thigh as well as the calf very nicely shown off over here. And again, this foot looks great. It really does have that perfect Jurassic Park T-Rex foot sculpt to it. We can obviously see this foot is planted on the ground as she's, again, walking along. And then we lead out into the tail again as we lead along with all of the different variation of color and very impressive detail to her. So that is absolutely one of the best Jurassic Park Tyrannosaurus models on the market, especially as far as the sculpt goes. And then we again have the, as I smack my light over here to the side, we have the base, which has a nice translucent look to it. If you look at it from the side, you've got that very cool see-through look. You have a peg right there, the Jurassic World Dominion logo. And if we turn it around here to the back, you can see some information on the T-Rex, the fact that it is the female, the length, the height, all of this very cool info, as well as the fact that it is a limited edition. And the number for mine looks to be 356 of 5,000. So something to keep in mind if you are going to be, grabbing one of these. It's better to grab it sooner rather than later so you don't miss out. But it is gorgeous overall. And let's go ahead and get it on the base. And there we go. Now our Jurassic World Dominion T-Rex is standing on the base. As far as a size goes, for a length from the tail to the snout, you are looking at just a hair over 15.5 inches, heading toward 15 3/4, but not quite. I was going to say a hair under 40 centimeters, but more so closer to 39.5 centimeters, I would say. As far as a height goes, to the top of her snout, about 7.25 inches or 18.5 centimeters. For a size comparison, there is Mr. Papo T-Rex, the Attack Pack Colovosaurus, Robert Muldoon, and the Collect A Human Being next to our Dino Dream 1/30th scale Tyrannosaurus Rex. And as we can see, it's definitely quite an impressively sized model, and obviously significantly larger than Mr. Papo T-Rex. Then here we have a comparison with the Nanmu Jurassic Park T-Rex, which you can see is kind of similar in size, maybe just a hair larger. We've also got the W Dragon Tyrannosaurus Rex, which you can see is also just slightly larger. We also have the Giganotosaurus from Dino Dream, which we can see is definitely a little bit bigger, a little more crouched, but as far as like length and body mass, it's slightly larger than our T-Rex. And then, of course, the other key member of the final scene of Jurassic World Dominion, we also have the Dino Dream Tyrannosaurus next to our T-Rex, again showing you that the Tyrannosaurus is just a little bit taller. And then one super cool image with the final battle of Jurassic World Dominion. You can see all three of them here together, which again shows you that if you acquire all three of these different models, you can get yourself one incredible diorama of the final battle of Jurassic World Dominion. Again, all of these different dinosaurs are now officially available from Dino Dream. So this Dino Dream Jurassic World Dominion Tyrannosaurus Rex is beautiful and definitely one of my favorite Dino Dream releases that I now have in my collection. I've been so hyped for the release of this one, just honestly anxiously awaiting the day that it finally arrived here and am able to display it with the other figures here. It really is a gorgeous sculpt. Definitely one of, if not the best Jurassic Park T-Rex, or Jurassic World I should say, T-Rex sculpts that I have. It is spot on to the way it looks in the film as far as the sculpt goes. The fine detail throughout looks excellent. It's extremely vibrant. It shows off everything that you would want to see for the movement, like the wrinkling and even the tensing in the neck and, the muscles tensing depending on the way the legs are positioned and everything. It looks great and very highly detailed throughout when it comes to the sculpt, as well as just generally the pose. I think the pose is very impressive looking as well, and also looks fantastic. Very intimidating, but also kind of attention grabbing. On top of that, you have some nice paint apps for this one. There's a lot of variation of color that they've put into this. Tons of different tones of browns and lighter tones and darker tones. You also have blacks that move along the back again with that striping effect, as well as quite a bit of variation of color, even leading up to some darker tones in the face, which definitely helps to make the lighter tones of the snout pop even more. But the paintwork of the inside of the mouth as well is gorgeous. And you have a really cool base, and again, as I already stated, the ability to display this with the other figures from the final battle of Jurassic World Dominion is just the icing on the cake, now giving me a complete diorama of that scene. So if you are interested in this, I will include a link in the description to where you can grab it right now from Lana Time Shop. Again, as I already stated, it is a limited edition, so if you do want it, I wouldn't mess around. I would get it as soon as possible. So make sure you head on over to Lana Time Shop. Again, check the link in the description. Pick this up, add it to your collection, and like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next review. Thanks for watching.